Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, my name is Michael Novak and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk a little bit about why I keep going and why I've made videos for the past 10 years. Now I was inspired to make this video because I saw another small YouTuber that made a similar one. I will leave the link for his video in the description. But I kind of want to talk about this subject because here's the thing. There are so many thousands, if not millions of small creators on this site. YouTubers that take it as seriously as the big creators and make videos for their platform and their followers consistently as well, but that do not have millions of followers or even thousands. And it begs the question, why do we keep going? I believe that over 90%, don't look that up, of the YouTubers that are on this site are smaller creators. You just don't see them, you just don't hear about them because you watch only, for the most part, the big ones. I also mainly watch the big ones. You know, I also watch Drew Gooden and Danny Gonzalez and whatever and PewDiePie and whatnot. But there are such a large community of small creators. And actually, to pay tribute to all the small creators on this site, I have left a list in the description of my top 10 favorite small creators. Go check it out. But it begs the question, why do we keep going? Why have I continued to make videos after more than 10 years when I've only gotten about 2,000 subscribers out of it? Now, to answer this question, we have to get a little bit of context. I started making YouTube videos when I was 14 years old. And when I was 14 years old, I created this channel. It was called Novak Tutorials back then because I had seen other creators that were making tutorials and they got a shit ton of views and subscribers from it. So I thought, how hard can it be? I remember thinking to myself when I was 14, and I'm not joking, I'm not making this up. I remember thinking, this will be easy peasy, man. I can get subscribers like that. I can just get views like that. It won't be a problem whatsoever. And oh my God, I was shocked. But the business model is interesting because to this day, my most viral videos are my tutorials. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. The point is that my original intent was to make tutorials, but after about a year of doing that, I sort of grew tired of it and I started making the comedy videos that I am sort of known for, I guess. And then I made parodies and blogs and sketches and just all kinds of crazy material for like 6 years across 5 different YouTube channels. And I made hundreds of them. And what ended up happening was I burned out. And so in the beginning of 2018, I left. Now, the reason why I made all these hundreds of videos in the 6-year span that I was a full-time YouTuber was because I had high hopes. My biggest flaw, my biggest issue throughout the time I've been on YouTube was the first 6 years where I betted everything on it. The first 5 years that I was making content, I 100% still believed that I could make it big, that I could become a very successful creator, that I could make this a profession. It wasn't until in 2017 that I started to realize, okay, this is not going to happen. And it's a shame because those 5 years, I made videos for the wrong purpose. And basically what happened was there was a shift in my content. In 2017, I kind of grew tired of it. I realized I was never going to make it big. And so I stopped making the videos that I used to make. I started making these more talkative videos like this one, offering advice and just talking about things that I had learned and experienced. And I found a lot of joy in that. But I was burned out creatively, so I just had to leave. And actually, mostly it was down to needing a break from social media in general. I disappeared from YouTube for 3.5 years because I needed a break. I needed to get away from social media and start living my own life. So I got myself a real job. I was so exhausted and just emotionally drawn out, and I just needed to quit. Now, the reason why I came back last year in May is actually, to be real with you, and I haven't talked about this before, but that's because last year in January, so January 2021, I came to an abruption in my life, kind of a crisis. I won't go into details, but long story short, I had been in a relationship that had drawn me out emotionally for a long time, and I had been in relationships with friends that had also just made me feel empty inside, I guess. The thing that happened was I became too codependent on other people. I lost the ability to enjoy myself on my own. Back in January last year, man, I was scared shitless of spending any time on my own. And that's a dangerous path to walk on. So I started feeling lonely and just miserable. So I actually started seeing a psychiatrist and talking to him about it, and it helped me a lot. But I figured and I realized that I had to get back to my core principles. I had sort of lost the idea of who I was and I needed to get back to it. So I needed to do some soul searching and find out, okay, what motivates me? And I figured that back in the day, it used to be movies and TV shows and YouTube. Also, I had missed being on this platform a lot, but I needed to get back to my roots. So that's why I came back, and I'm glad I did because it was the right decision. And I love making these talkative videos for you guys here. And it's just, I don't know, man. I'm really glad I made the right decision. Now, getting back to the original point of this video, back when I was 14, I had the ambition of actually only getting a couple of thousand of subscribers, because I thought to myself, and I'm not making this up, I had the ambition of about 2,000 subscribers because I thought to myself, that is enough to create a platform. That is enough to create a community of people that I can connect with. That is enough to have people that I can get to know and become friends with. And it worked. I've met so many people through YouTube, both in real life and on the internet. And that was the entire point. When I started making YouTube videos, I was fucking lonely, man. I wanted some friends, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm happy that I never blew up, because the thing about it, and I think all of the big creators would agree with me, is that it's annoying when you get to a certain level of fame, because you lose touch with your fans and your platform because you're unable to communicate with them. So in a lot of ways, I think it's way more fun to be a smaller creator because you have a lot more possibilities of connecting with people. So to answer the question, why do I keep going? For fun. Seriously, it's a hobby, it's a pastime, and that's the way it should always be. So if you're sitting out there and you're a small creator and you're getting kind of frustrated at not seeing the numbers grow and grow and grow and whatever, I just want to encourage you to keep moving forward, to keep making videos. Because in the end, you shouldn't really, and I know it's going to sound cheesy, but you really shouldn't care about the numbers. You really shouldn't care about views or subscribers or any of that stuff. You should care about having fun with it. I fell in love with the process of making YouTube videos. I fell in love with standing in front of a camera and writing scripts and editing and all of that stuff. And that's what should drive you. It should not be numbers or subscribers or views or anything like that. But also, I think it's important to take breaks. That's the biggest advice I can come with. Take breaks. Do not let yourself get caught up in this virtual world that we're all on. It's so easy to get distraught and distracted from real life because of the internet. And it's just important every once in a while to take a step back and just breathe and just focus on other things. Fellow content creator and artist Ray Castro, that I've made quite a few videos with here on the channel, he's very much connected to social media because of his profession, because he's an artist. So he's a lot on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and all that stuff. But even he takes breaks. Every single December, he steps away from social media and stops making anything and stops being online for just a month and just takes a break. And it's a really good advice that I can only bring forward. Take breaks, because I became exhausted from being online, from having a life that was primarily online. So you need to step back and take breaks every once in a while, and you need to only be in it for the fun of it. That's the best advice I can give. That's why I keep going. That's how I keep going, for the fun of it. But I also make sure to have a more loose schedule that works way better for me. Back when I was on a tight schedule of uploading every single week or several times a week, that caused me to get emotionally distressed and exhausted. After coming back, I have decided to have a more loose schedule, which is why this is the first video that you're seeing from me this year. Because I'm like, I don't want to make a video if I don't have an idea for a video. If I don't want to make a video, I'm not going to make a video. And I think that should be the point. Make stuff whenever you want to make stuff, but don't feel forced to make stuff. And I think that's the thing that happens to a lot of big creators, because they become emotionally dependable on YouTube as an income. So they have to produce content. They have to brainstorm ideas and like get these wacky ideas for videos. And sometimes they make videos that are just not that great because they have to, because they're, financially dependent on it. I don't want to fall into that boat. I thought I wanted to, but I don't. I'm financially secure, man. I have a real job and a real education. I'm not dependent on this. So this is why I can keep it as something that's fun and only make videos whenever I want to. So 2 pieces of advice for small YouTubers. Remember to take breaks from social media so you don't get all caught up in it, and only be in it for the fun. As soon as it stops being fun for you, quit. That's all. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say, man. It's all food for thought. I just wanted to talk a little bit about this subject because I was inspired, like I said, by other small creators that have made videos about this subject. And I think it's a really interesting subject. Now, before you leave this video, I just want to redirect you to a short film that was made by Black Box TV. Tony E. Valenzuela made a short film, a horror short film on his channel, Black Box TV, called How to Quit YouTube, which brings up this whole question of making videos when you're a small creator. And I just think it's a really interesting movie, and it dives into the subjects of this video. So go check it out, man. There will be a link in the note card. And yeah, that's all from me. I'm going to stop talking now or else I will never quit. I will never stop. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave me a comment telling me what you think of all of this. Are you a small creator? I'm guessing that a lot of you are. I know a lot of people from my community here on YouTube are small creators themselves. What do you think about all this? If you want to make a video about all this, go ahead. Seriously, talk about it, vent. I think that's also a really big part of keeping yourself motivated for making YouTube videos is talking. If not to somebody in your personal life, talking to your audience about your problems and about the dilemmas that you find yourself standing in. Talk about it. Talk about everything. It's a platform. It's a way for you to communicate. So use it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys sometime in the near future. I think you're going to really dig what I have planned. I'm really excited for it. Some really exciting new projects in the works. But let's talk more about that another time. Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye.